how do I take ownership of mixed messages to the people under me from the other leaders in my group?
Pretty straightforward question. I like it. Well, first of all, you have to address this straight up with the other leaders in your group, because if you aren't aligned as a leadership team, this is going to hurt the cause. It is absolutely going to hurt the cause. This is critical, and it's going to be hard. And there are some things in your group that people do not agree on, and that is why they are undermining the messaging, or why they're giving out different messaging, because they don't agree with it. They don't have the courage to stand up and say, hey, I don't agree with this right here, so let's do it a different way. Here's my thoughts. They don't have the courage to do that. So what do? They just sit back, and then when it comes time to put out the word, they put out the mixed messages. And it's a bad situation, and you actually have to lead here. That's what you have to do. And it shouldn't actually be that hard, because what you're asking for is something that anybody can tell is important. So, you say to your leadership team, you go, hey guys, our message to the troops needs to be aligned. And right now it isn't. We need to fix that. Is there anyone on your leadership team who's going to disagree with that? No, they won't. That's not what they disagree with. Everybody knows that the leadership team has to have an aligned message. They have to be on the same sheet of music. And that's what you need to do. And again, it's going to be a hard conversation. It's going to bring out, that statement should bring out the conversation of what people don't agree on and why they're sending missed messages. Now, if you cannot get them aligned, it is a serious problem. But if you can't, the best thing you can do is mitigate that to your team by becoming the trusted voice. So with your team, you want to become the trusted voice. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to go out and undermine your other leaders and say, oh, Echo came in here, he doesn't know what he's talking about. No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm almost never talking about undermining another leader or a leadership team. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to translate. I'm going to say, hey, guys, our job on this, I know Echo said that. Here's our job. Here's what our focus needs to be. Here's the way this translates for us. So I'm not disparaging you, and I'm not even disagreeing with you. I'm simply honing the message for my team. Now, you still, even when you do that, you're mitigating that as much as possible. You still have to maintain the critical goal of getting your leadership team aligned. And one other little tool to help make that happen is to present their words back to them. And you say, I wrote down what you said to the team this morning, and I just wanted to go through that with you and break it down a little bit. And then go through it line by line and have the hard conversations and make the tough decisions. You got to make the tough decisions. And also, give a little. Seed some points. Right? Be flexible, but unify. Unify the message. And there's not even a worst case scenario, but there are scenarios where Echo and I cannot agree on the message and we got to go up the chain of command. Now, I would never want to do that. I would never, ever want to say to my boss, hey, Echo and I can't agree. You need to make the decision for us. To me, that's a total failure. It's a failure in my leadership that I can't get us on the same sheet of music. So, I can't even think of any time that I ever did that. Went to my boss and said, "Hey, boss, I can't come to a conclusion here with the other task unit commanders, or I can't come to a conclusion with the other platoon commanders, or I can't come to a conclusion with my squad about how we should do this." I've never done that. So you should be able to. If you're right, you'll win the argument, and if you're wrong, then you change your mind. So it's not like this ultimate. Not like I'm saying I'm great. I'm just saying if you're right, then you'll win the argument. And if you're wrong, then you'll change your mind. So it's not that hard. So that's what needs to happen here with the leadership team. We've got to find out who's right, and people that are right need to convince the people that are wrong. Now you need to check your ego, obviously, across the board. Everybody on the team's got to check their ego, because a lot of people will be holding on to their idea because it's their idea, and they love their idea. Because they're egotistical. And that's how I would deal with mixed messages coming down the chain of command.
That I'm going to go ahead and just say it. That could have been one of the best lines I've ever heard. If you're right, you'll win the argument. If you're wrong, you'll change your mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
You
yes,
just make that up?
I did just make it up. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's something that I've known, but
right.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so good, because you kind of seems like, oh yeah, right? But that's never the case. But if you're being on the up and up, there it is right there.